going today, honey?
Going to Ruby Gap via Altonga.
So we're on the Altonga Road, I don't know, probably about 10k down from the bitumen. We have travelled out here before. We did a day trip out here from Alice a few years ago. After you leave the outskirts of Altonga, it's about 33 kilometres to the Ruby Gap Nature Park. All the way the track is mostly a single lane gravel road through beautiful country that's up and down, mostly in reasonable condition, but some sections are corrugated and there's one section that's got a bit of a switch back down a hill. Overall it's a beautiful drive. It'll be interesting to see how the roads go. When we reached the river, we stopped and had a look around the rock crevices and found lots of garnet chips and garnet sand. Make sure you head off to the left, across the river, to the gate, and go through that gate to head towards Ruby Gap. Just cross the river once to get through a gate to come up here. We reduced our tyre pressures to sand pressures at the Ruby Gap Nature Park sign. You do need lowered pressures all the way. We were advised by the management at Ross River Resort to make sure that you stick to the dry sand. The wet sand can become like quicksand and you can quickly get into trouble. Up there. From this point on, there isn't a formal four-wheel drive track and you actually have to cross these rocks at the moment in order to proceed downstream. There's an area off to the right where there may have been a track, but it's covered in water at the moment. After that, you need to walk. We estimate it was about 3 kilometres along the riverbed to get to Glen Annie Gorge. If you can find the shortcut, it's about 2 kilometres. A much easier walk as well, but the riverbed was pretty. Leaving Glen Annie Gorge, we found where the track would be to go up to the vehicles prohibited sign that's marked in Wikicamps. This track that you can see is just beyond that, and it's a much easier track to walk than the river. Although you do have to negotiate this rocky, grassy section if you're going to drive up to that point. It was a relief to get back to the car. Then we had the fun drive home. Most of the way follows the riverbed, although there are sections where you divert off the riverbed because of the rock areas and go over the headlands. You do need to take care negotiating these because there's some great rocks around that'll take out your sump if you're not careful. We had been forewarned that a recovery out of here via tow vehicles is upwards of $3,000. So it took us 2 hours to get from where we parked, which is in Wikicamps it's marked as end of four-wheel drive track, up to Glen Annie Gorge. Following the river, we did stop a couple of times to look for garnets, but it was all either soft sand walking or rocky river.
Yep. A few little water holes on the way, but nothing had to go over as far as get wet. It's good.
And we noticed that there were wheel tracks right up further than they're supposed to be, and we presume that they were a ranger. Let's just presume they were. So on the way back we decided to follow where the wheel tracks went up, and they went up through a very thick grassy area initially, so we just stayed on the crushed grass going through. And then got to another point which is the vehicles not allowed point in Wikicamps, and there's actually a sign there and it's a reasonable four-wheel drive track. The trouble is you've got to go through some rocky parts in the river to get there. But it actually saved us an hour walking time.
Yeah, I reckon that's the actual official walking trail. They had a map on halfway there and shows you we're on a trail.
Yeah.
You could walk the river, but it's
The river's pretty, but it's hard work.
It is hard work.
But we're glad we did it. We've done Ruby Gap, another thing to tick off the bucket list. We've got a few garnets, not many, nothing that we will be able to do anything with, but I got some garnets to bring home.
That's good.
And yeah, we're staying at Ross River Resort again tonight.
Yeah, dinner
and
booked.
we've ordered dinner. They do a 2-course set menu dinner every night for $35. $30?
Yes.
They've got a great little bar in there and fireplaces, and so last night we cooked, but tonight we're going to enjoy a dinner at the resort. Adala Gorge. There's apparently thousands of petroglyphs here. We've seen a few, but still trying to find more. The petroglyphs here are dated between 2,000 and 10,000 years old, and they're all on flat rocks that face up to the weather, so I'm amazed that they're still there. There was so many to see. It's an awesome place to visit. A lot of bird life around, which means there's got to be water around. Where Peter is down there, there's a dried water hole, and we walk past another dried water hole. It's such spectacular rock cliff faces. We've included a few photos from Altunga from our last trip in 2019. We didn't end up stopping there this time because we had such a full day going out to Ruby Back, but it's a really worthwhile place to visit. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe and tell us what you think of our videos. We'll keep bringing them to you if you think they're worthwhile.